What is up, guys? Welcome to a brand new video. So today we are checking out the PBE for 6.21. So this will probably come out in just over a week, give or take. There's some pretty random stuff in this one actually. Like, I did not expect to see these changes at all, or for the champions at least. More random than normal for sure. But before we start this is a video with the site Pwnwin, however you want to say it. My challenges are up on the site, so you just head on over, you sign up, you play your ranked games like normal, and you can win stuff for doing what you normally would. Once you've signed up for a challenge, it will literally just take the stats from your ranked games that you're playing already, and it will kind of calculate it into there, and you maybe will win something for it. But as always though, there's a pay save card to win, so leave a comment, like the video if you do. By the way, I'm going to be contacting you through YouTube messages if you win. So the first one is a little bit different and a bit weird as well. The range indicators for Zax's E are actually going to be shown now as a circle, a lot like Cho'Gath's Q if you think of it like that. These are screenshots from the website Surrender at 20 showing you how it actually works. If you want to check out the site and like all of the changes with the PBE, the skins, the doom bots, all of the bad stuff, there's a link going to be down in the description below. Basically, the reason I think it's a nerf is because people surely can dodge this so much easier now, and they're going to see it coming as well. Like in ganks, you'll have this advanced warning when he's flying at you and a circle appears. I know Zac has been around for a little while now, but still sometimes personally, like I get caught off guard by getting hit by the E, even when I don't think it's actually going to. Like when it clips me with the outside, and surely that's not going to happen anymore because I know and I can see where I have to dodge. It is, however, a buff for new players, so if you're new to Zac and you don't really know where your E is going to land or how much it's going to actually like affect the area wise, then that will be a buff for you. It'll actually tell you now on screen. I am not a fan though of making the game easier, you guys know that, so I don't really like this change too much, but maybe I think this is going to be the Malzahar effect. I say this all the time with a lot of different buffs. The Jinx one's the last patch, for example, changing her E damage like a Chompers, that's really not going to make a difference, is it? But this could set up a bigger nerf in the future. I think this is probably where this is going to go. Maybe they'll ride it out to the end of the season, but what I assume is they're nerfing him a little bit in this weird kind of way, and then they're going to hit him with some bigger nerfs in a few patches. So that's like a change, a kind of quality of life fix, I guess. The first big nerf though is to Nidalee. So again, her pounce cooldown is going to be up to 7 seconds rank 1 to 5 seconds rank 5, just from 5 at all ranks. The hunted target reset as well is increased by half a second, so that is nerfed as well. And also there was actually an experimental change on the PB. It's not there right now, but it might come in. So basically it was with her heal in the human form. It was based on missing health now. So rank 5, it would be 105 to 210 from a 205 flat heal. So this means if you're healing someone who's almost full, you would actually be healing much less. It doesn't really matter how many times you nerf this champion, she is still gonna be good. I don't know why Riot don't understand this. She is a very high skill cap champion. She is already useless in her current state for bad Nidalee players because she is so hard to play. Like, she's hard for average ones, but can be unstoppable if you're good with her. To me, I don't think this is the right way of doing this. I don't know what you guys think, honestly, but either she can be really good, right, or she can just be like a Kalista Talia example. What I mean is, like, these small nerfs aren't really going to affect her very much, so you're going to have to literally gut her if you actually want to take her out of the meta like they did with Kalista or Talia, and I hope they don't do that, honestly, but that is the way they're going to have to go if they want to nerf her properly. Let's look at the most random changes though on the PB. This is the one where I was like, I had to do a double take. I was scrolling down and I was like, wait, really? They're going to buff this guy? So Nasus is actually getting buffs for his ultimate. So his ultimate is going to give now 20, 40, 60 magic resist and armor. Also for the duration, he gains 1, 2, or 3 armor and magic resist per second that it's actually active. By the way, it lasts for 15 seconds. So at rank 3, right, level 16, you would gain 600 health from your ultimate. You gain 60 magic resist and armor and 30 magic resist and armor bonus after just 10 seconds of having it on. Plus there's the damage, right? 5% max health every second. By the way, a Spirit Visage is like 500 health and 55 magic resist. So 90 magic resist in 10 seconds into a fight is unreal. That is so high. It might not seem like a lot on paper and stuff, but this makes him so tanky, it's ridiculous. Like, the game is getting a bit later, right? If you mess up early versus him now, like, what are you gonna do? His damage is already kind of high, especially after he stacks and stuff, but in my opinion, this could actually be nuts. I know you can get punished and stuff in lane, but like, this many resistances from just your ultimate for free, right? You're not paying anything. That is ridiculous. The problem is more the early game champions are gonna crap on him before we get to that stage, right? Jace, Riven, Darius, Kennen even maybe, all should actually do well versus him at least early. The meta really isn't right for him right now, but actually, like, the thing is, if they buff him this much, maybe he'll come back anyway. Especially at lower ranks, I think he could come back big time where people can't punish you as early because they're just not as good. They're not as like aggressive, I guess. They don't take good times to trade. Letting Nasus farm right now and get to his like first base where he buys armor or magic resist to survive you is already deadly, but now it's going to be even worse. Another nerf is going to be to Graves. So he was getting a few like last patch patch, but then it actually didn't go through. This time it's a little bit different. So it's up to 8 stacks now on his E from 4. The armor and magic resist per stack has been halved, so at 4 stacks is obviously half what it used to be, but at 8 stacks is going to be the same. Dashing towards champions though, actually right now on the PBE gives you 2 stacks, so it actually is the same as if you dash towards an enemy champion as if you dash just normally on live. It is a nerf, like it is a nerf, but no overall change if you get to 8 stacks. It just takes double the time to get there where you would be, and that is not cool, to be honest. At least you get the 2 stacks though for diving in. I think that's a really nice change, actually, a nice adaptation, but honestly I still think it's gonna be really strong. Like, this is not the way to nerf Graves. His burst is the problem. Now let's go to another random one. Okay, this one is really strange. Kog'Maw's ultimate is going to be changed. Now for once I'm not sure what is going on at all, because Riot said when they reverted his rework, if you remember a couple of patches ago, they weren't going to touch his ultimate. That was the one thing they were going to keep, and now they are changing it. So his mana cost is going to be down a little bit. Time for extra shots down to 6 seconds from 10. So basically if you wait 6 seconds, the timer goes. It doesn't increase your mana cost or anything, where it used to be 10. It does damage based on missing health up to 150%, and enemies below 35% take double base damage. It just seems like Riot can't make their mind up basically with Kog'Maw, but to be honest, it still seems like similar but less complicated for you to manage, less complicated on the tooltip. Originally I thought this was kind of aimed at bringing AP Kog'Maw back a bit, but I don't really think so actually. Maybe with like the shot timer reset lowered and the mana down, it could like maybe bring him back, but honestly this helps AD Kog as well. By the way, just a side note, okay, about the new Kog'Maw, well, like old Kog'Maw, how he is now. AD Kog is now a legit late game champion, right? You're crap until you get your items, and he does a lot more basically. It's gonna take a while to adjust properly because people were used to doing work at like 1 or 2 items, right? With the Kog'Maw that we've had previously when it got reworked. It doesn't really work like that anymore, sadly. It's kind of an AD version of Nasus. Really though, why would you play this guy when you can play Jinx or Caitlyn, who do work late game still and are much better earlier as well? It makes no sense. Now Nunu, this is an interesting one because for low elo, you probably don't even think he's that good right now, but at high elo, he's actually really strong. There were buffs last patch, and these are kind of toning down those buffs, so they're reducing the max health per stack of like his getting fed thingy from 3% to 2%. Nunu is like such a terror at high elo right now. In Korea and other regions as well, he's just spanking people. Basically, he is like a super tank. He can absorb loads of damage, gets way too tanky, and he's so hard to deal with. Like an enemy AD carry just cannot kill him. It's really frustrating because he runs up to you, right? He uses your Ice Blast, which reduces attack speed, and you have to get through all these tank stats as well. That's really hard to do. As well, it's partly to do with Jinx actually, because he buffs her and makes her even more overpowered. If she gets a reset with Blood Boil on, your just game is over. Like, her attack speed goes through the roof and there is no stopping her. Even with this nerf, expect Nunu to be around a lot at the end of the season if people are playing pre-made, because like if you're going to be playing a pre-made jungle and AD carry, all you have to do is buff your AD and it's just going to win the game for you. There are a couple of bug fixes as well. Master Yi and Yorick are on the table. So Master Yi, the bug fixes are on his Q. Specifically, it's like the invulnerability side of things. It's kind of complicated, but basically he should take damage now during the alpha strike, but he should be invulnerable properly as well. So it's kind of just like a quality of life thing. Yorick, his W range looks like it's going to be up, but there are a couple of bug fixes to his ultimate and also to his passive. Actually kind of like tooltip things more than anything. Yorick is one of those champs right now who can be really good or really bad depending on who's actually playing him. I've had like Yorick's feed their ass off. I've also had Yorick's just completely carry the game. This seems like a really weird patch to me. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not sure what to make of it. Zaki's made easier to play against as well. That's probably not the right route to go, but I definitely think he's up in line for some bigger nerfs. I think that's kind of how this is going to go, especially with Jinx as well, maybe. Nidalee might get nerfed even more. Graves maybe finally getting knocked down, like, so these 2 prime carry junglers are going to be knocked off their pedestals. If you're looking at this and you're like gold and below, you might not think this is a big deal as it actually is for higher reload players, because these 2 are really, really good. They can be bad for sure. Like, if you're bad with these champions, you won't really do very much, but at high elo, if you're good with them, they can seriously carry. The Nasus stuff as well is so random. Like, I'm not sure why you're going to be buffing Nasus. Like, wait till the end of the season, right? It's only a month away. Why not wait for preseason and then bring in these random changes? In my opinion, it's kind of weird though not to like target the problem champions in each role. So like Jinx and Jhin, for example, or like Jason Riven. These 4 have like really come up in 6.20 and are really, really strong at the moment, but there are no nerfs for them at all. So maybe Riot are going to target them in future this patch or maybe next patch. More likely, what I think is actually probably going to happen is they'll just ride out how overpowered they are till the end of the season now, and then they'll try and do something in the preseason. That's going to wrap up this video though, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to comment down below for the pay safe card. Remember to like the video if you do as well. Thank you for watching, and for now I'll leave you with the robots.